start from the top. Yep. You clicked on this video because you want to know if these container homes are a scam. You probably watched a handful of videos already, and so far you're still unquite sure. Maybe you're on the fence and you have been for many years. Well, this video will not only stick to the facts, but simplify the concept and ideas surrounding container homes. So from watching a ton of videos, the majority of the complaints come from the home construction aspects and new homeowners feeling duped after finishing their builds. A handful of content creators have made scam videos piggybacking off the same points as previous videos. But if you break down the complaints, the top complaints, they all have one similar theme: bad container home construction. So instead of riding a wave and giving viewers sensationalized talking points, the aim of this video is to have a new builder walk away informed on what it takes to have a success in the container home building space. You know, before we get into the 5 points of the video, I want to say a few things that I hope helps understand why shipping container homes are even being mentioned and discussed on YouTube. See, on one hand, you have people who have gravitated towards shipping container homes for cost savings and environmentally friendly construction reasons. And then on the other hand, you have people who outright hate the concept and will do whatever it takes to demonize the idea. So instead of being biased, I structured this video to inform you and allow you to walk away being able to make the appropriate decisions for yourself. Before we get to the points again, why I personally love containers. See, sure, you know, you can express your design taste with a traditional home, but you never reach the level of self-expression that's possible with a customized shipping container home. Whether you're into making a durable rustic ambiance or something more sleek and modern, using shipping containers allows you to integrate your ideas into one-of-a-kind designs that are special, charming, and memorable. The only real limit is your imagination when it comes to shipping container homes. That's my perspective. But now, let's dive into 5 points to consider to avoid being scammed with your own container home build. Number 1. Make sure you hire professionals. If you are building a container home, make sure you hire the right professional engineers, drafters, architects, and licensed contractors. Ask the hard questions and also take references. Anyone who's a professional has no issue providing additional information and typically should already have references available. Then, when you meet the contractors, you should ask them the questions about their experience and the kinds of jobs they've done in the past. You can also check to see if they have the right licenses and insurance to make sure they are responsible. It's like choosing the best person to help fix or build things in your home. Same concept. It's just like picking the best player for your team in the game. Same concept. You know, after talking to contractors, you can compare their prices and what they promise to do for your project. This way you can see who offers the best deal and seems the most reliable. Now, as it relates to architects, hiring an architect when building a home it's like hiring an expert puzzle solver. Architects, they can plan where each room goes and how everything fits together. It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Architects also know how to make your home use less energy, which can save you money on bills. They help builders understand how to put your home together correctly so there are fewer mistakes. Architects are like smart leaders of your home building team, making sure everything goes right. Now, as it relates to engineers, civil engineers, structural engineers, hiring engineers when building a home is important because they are like the home safety superheroes. They make sure your home is strong and won't fall down. Engineers plan how to build a house so they can handle heavy things like the roof and keep you safe. They also check if the ground is good for your house and make sure it can stand strong during storms and earthquakes. So having a structural engineer, civil engineer is like having a shield to protect your home and the people inside it. More importantly, you want to make sure that your engineer designs all of your steel cutouts properly so that it can withstand all loads. Number 2, don't attempt to DIY. I know that you've probably watched tons of HGTV shows and you thought to yourself, I can do that myself. But this is another way you end up being scammed by the allure of container homes. See, the problem with DIYing a container home build is that for one, you don't have the experience. And for two, there isn't much information available for you to learn how to build one. Now see, from my own experience, the content available on the subject of container builds is still surface level and is not digging deeper into what to do in certain situations where an inaccurate measurement can leave your container home leaky and exposed. Another reason why you should not build a container home yourself is that all liabilities fall on you in the event something goes wrong, and they will. Also, building a home can be stressful and it may not turn out the way you imagine. It's often a better idea to get help from experts. Again, like we said earlier, like builders and architects, to make sure everything is done safely and just the way you want it. Number 3, don't be the cheap guy. From speaking with clients myself who have consulted me on building a container home, I realized that the majority of new builders are just trying to save a few bucks. These days, we're all under financial squeeze due to the cost of inflation. And so I'm going to keep this point simple. Don't be cheap. If you're building a container home to be cheap, avoid it, abort mission, don't do it. I'm keeping it short and simple. Let's go to number 4. Do your own research. When you decide to move forward with your shipping container home build, you should have by this point purchased a set of construction drawings, researched zoning laws, completed your cost of build estimates, sourced materials, interviewed builders, and purchased land to build. Watching YouTube videos is always a good measure to learn, and I would never dispute that because on this channel I feel you are being provided valuable information, but do not take my word or anyone else's words as law. Always do your own due diligence. This is the same advice I followed during my container home construction journey, and it's something I always lead with when discussing the subject. Number 5, this is my free tidbit. This is my top takeaway. My last point in this video is more of a cost saving factor. See, the majority of container home builders make mistakes and run into issues during the container home modification process and get scammed overpaying and not understanding the basics. See, the top container modifications consist of cutting out the metal for the installation of windows and doors. Now, if you hire a welder to make these modifications, you're going to waste tons of money on this task if not handled properly. Here's a free bit of information that will save you thousands, guaranteed. Do not pay a welder to remove metal. Pay them to reinforce the metal. All right. Again, let me say it again. Do not pay a welder to remove metal. Pay them to reinforce the metal cutouts only. Okay. That'll save you thousands of dollars right there. So anyway, in closing, I personally laugh when I hear someone say container homes are a scam, as if container homes are a sleazy salesman or a bad contractor. It's actually odd to blame construction mishaps on a material. Now, if you think about it, shipping containers essentially replaced the need to use framing lumber in a home build. So why are they being called scams? Please think for yourself and shake off any fears, because for one, if a YouTube video is scaring you, then there are more things at play that need to be addressed. Container homes are one of the cheapest homes to build because of their modular capabilities, structural strength, and easy entry costs. If planned properly, a container home can be one of the cheapest homes you've ever built. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe. It's free. Thanks.